you should have the right attitude towards the diamond. You know,
Right.
like I know it's talked down a lot, right? But it's still top 1.5, top 2%. I mean, for the average human being with a life, it's it's a pretty good thing to
Yeah.
get to.
It's weird for me, especially because, like I said, I was like Plat 1 at one point, and that was like season 4, season 5, and just feeling like the level of macro play back then compared to now is just it's so different. Like I feel so washed up, it's unreal.
Hey, I am the same.
You know, like Plat 1 back then is like it feels like Gold 4 now. Like people are it just the macro plays are insane.
Yeah, they are. Excuse me just a second. I actually forgot to mute the sub sound, but someone just gave a 10 subs. So, Deputy Squirrel, thank you so much for the
Nice.
10 tier 1 community subs. Much appreciated. Everyone give them the big brain, Pog Orn, Virkayu, eyes, all the emotes in the chat. And I appreciate it, but I'm going to mute now so I can focus entirely on the session, because I feel like that's what we should do. Okay, sorry for that.
No, you're good, man.
All right. So, obviously, I don't always pre-skim, because I like to have a bit of blindness to it so that it can, you know, adds credibility to what I'm saying, things like that. But with yours, because of your email, and I sort of looked ahead just to see what sort of things you were looking at. What are your 3 champs that would you say you're best at your moment? What are your 3 best champions?
So right now, I would say definitely Graves. I try to stick to 3 to 4 junglers mainly, so I've been trying to play a lot of Graves, Volibear, Lee Sin, and then for an AP jungler, I want to get good with Nidalee, but my mechanics with her are just so dog shit. They're so bad.
Honesty is horrible when it comes to mechanics,
and
but it's necessary.
she's very mechanically intensive. So I tried picking up Lilia, because she's broken, but I would probably go with like maybe Silas. I do play a decent amount of Silas jungle. I just struggle really early on because his clearing's very slow and it's very tedious. So
yeah, there's actually I have a game with Silas jungle after Twitch Rivals when I was engaged on. I kind of want to put it on the gameplay channel. Hopefully that can help you with the Silas, but it is very heavy on the ganking. You know, if things don't go your way, you're in a bit of a swamp.
Yes. Feast or famine, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's got a lower win rate. That's why it's only really recommended for high elo, but definitely if you get ahead, it's a nice carry. So what do you like to do with Graves? Because obviously I see what you're trying to do, but what do you like to do with Graves?
So I like the power farm a decent amount. Like I actually got this from one of your I think it was a gameplay video, a coaching video, where I think they were playing Volibear, and an Ashe on the enemy team warded their Raptors, and you were like, oh my god, that's like a challenger ward, that's insane. So I do that ward every game just to see if they're going to start red side or blue side, and I know because he's not at his Raptors and it's in a Mumu, he's going to clear pretty slow, so I'm just going to go take his red. So I usually like to get an early like I do some vertical jungling and then kind of play it from there.
Yeah, I'm only thinking out loud about this because you said you like volley and I like volley, and you know, like Silas, I've played Silas. You know, like if we look at the lanes, Graves is nice because you can kind of do whatever you want in terms of strategies. You have a lot of versatility in terms of how you approach it. For me, if we know that they leash bottom side, usually an Amuma will do, you know, a 4 camp into a red, or usually in a clear. So you've got a little bit of time. In this case, we can see the graphic here. He's doing his wolves. This is very common. So for me, if you're not going to take a leash, which you don't need to, I really think there's a lot to be said for, like with volley, how I say buff grump, invade the Amumu, just to get that first blood, just to remove him from the map, rather than just getting the red, thinking specifically about how do I, you know, just make sure this guy doesn't exist. Because you did that to a degree, but the issue was, it was sort of a delayed, you kept him down for a short time, but it didn't really remove him from the game, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of why I wanted to use this coaching, is because I think I took his first 2 or 3 red buffs. Like he didn't have red buff for most of the game, and it just, granted the Yasuo went like 13-2 or something like that, but it just kind of spiraled out of control, and I just kind of want to see how to do something better, you know?
Yeah, no, I understand. See, like even with your play, which is a typical play. I mean, I put the Roots video out. I was like, guys, you know, do a buff, go over the wall, steal their stuff. It's simple. And you see him here on this ward. I don't know what his logic.
Yeah,
He's going for Talisman Burn to heal, so he can walk this way. I think he wants to invade you.
Yeah, I don't.
Alright. That is not big brain, that's brain fat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, you see him, right? And you see him go down, so you're a little perplexed about this?
So what was going through my head here was, I saw him coming down, but I think the ward had died right as he was walking down.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell if he cleared the raptors or not. And then, so I thought he was coming to kind of go top lane, so that's why I'm sitting in this bush for so long, because I think he's coming top.
I don't think there's... Yeah. No, I feel you. I still would have trapped him, yeah.
Yep.
You took the blue, you took the red, you see him going down. Top lane is an island, it's far away from you, and at the time you had pushed with the Xerath. So I think there was a little bit of a window where you could have just engaged the Amumu, because you would have been level 2 with red. With E up, with Q up, yeah, the smoke screen doesn't really... I mean, it's nice, but it's not something that's going to compromise your level 2 or 3 to that degree in a 1v1.
Right.
And you have Phase Rush. So you can easily chunk him and disappear, and then you could have cheesed him. Like, if you chunk him as he goes down into the river by setting a trap in this bush.
Yep.
And now he runs away crying, and he sees you disappear, you can still E back over and cheese him at the red again.
Right, exactly.
You see what I'm thinking? Like that undying, unrelenting, you will not get to play the game because I'm Graves and you pick this guy. You know? So I think you gave him a little bit too much respect for the patience on the top side.
Right.
And if you intended to gank on the top lane, level 2, I think you could have just gone in.
Okay.
I mean, you kind of waiting for the Amumu to set a trap here, but he was hard pushing. Obviously, it's nice to have level 3 Vlad. But if you wanted to go for a pre-chunk DPS or something and then pull down, you could have done that as well. Yeah, just fill the time with something. But I feel like you had a... And also here, I mean, you could go up and do the crab.
Right.
It's riskier because you can't see anything. But I think...
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I didn't have top prio at all. And I saw cast pushing, so I didn't really...
Yeah, see, this... I'm only thinking in terms of your game plan, in terms of how do we want to deny this guy and remove him from the game, which is... I love the jungling because it's so fun. And it's the only way to really stop your lane, isn't it? There's only one way.
Yeah, you stop their jungler from playing, so they have freedom.
And she hits this, which shows the Amumu low going back to base. So, you know, the broken hawk shot actually hit on them. I don't know if you saw it in the game, but it hit.
Didn't know.
No, you see that's like a little, you know, those little tells even here kiting down. Okay, I'm gonna set a trap and kill you, or chunk you and force you out, and then I'm gonna cheese you and kill you. Then I'm gonna take your Krugs, and then the Yasuo's gonna not rotate because he's Yasuo, and then I'm gonna kill him level 3. Then I'm gonna take the crab. Then I'm gonna run across mid lane, chunk the Cassiopeia with my Xerath, and take the second crab. And then as you come down to do your grump, I'm gonna kill you again. You follow?
Yep. Yeah, no, you're just bullying the hell out of
him. Yeah, I was just rinsing the I don't care about my camps. I just double crabbed you and invade you permanently. And
yeah, that's my problem mainly, I think, is I have this weird OCD where I only like to clear, like I want to clear my camps and keep them on cooldown as much as possible. Yeah, I think I get. Yeah,
no, I like that. That was a good move.
But I've been like with a lot of jungling guides, I've been paying attention to how like Korean junglers play, and I know they'll basically just they'll drop everything and just go fight.
Yeah. I noticed that. I was watching that about you. Yeah.
I'm trying to get that habit down because I know like it's way more worth it to get a kill than farm my camps. So.
And the camp will be there, you know.
Exactly.
And the camp will be there. Twitch chat, if I'm too quiet compared to him, just tell me, as well. Yeah, you see, here's another good example. So if you see this guy going back now, and we get this kill, it's worth the flash, it's always worth the flash. Where's he gonna be next? Do you think?
I would think bot side to re-clear.
Yeah.
Or go top crab.
Yeah.
But
well, I think it's unlikely he goes directly here. There'd be no other purpose.
Yeah.
If he just cleared top side, he goes here again, nothing's gonna be up because you sequence down. So this would be, you know, the equivalent of just, I don't know, cutting your hand off and being like, why mechanics suck? You know, it's or pulling. Let's make it less grotesque. You know, unplugging your mouse and saying I can't control my champion. You know, that'd be. Why would you do that? So he must be going down here. So, and there you go. you know, you see the graphics. He's on the grump. So obviously what we want to be careful about is, I'm only telling you this because it's something to keep in mind. Hit the plant, let's see where he is. Get in his head. I see you, Amumu, and I'm not going to fight you because, you know, my bottom lane is low, and their bottom lane's returning. And at this point, you know, I think, yeah, I didn't look at the wave when you finished your gank because you got the kill, went for the crab. Also look for here to help shove, set the trap again. Just like the Kazakhs did in the VOD I was doing before, where he sort of repeat ganked, repeat dove within 2 minutes, you know, things like that. Because I feel like the pressure you wanted to exert hasn't come through yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you telling me all these great things, and then we're sort of trying to do it just by removing camps. Oops, sorry. But whereas we have to do it by also removing Amumu. So why do you want to go back here?
Because I just got the kill and the crab. I wanted to get my gold out on the map and then start snowballing harder. And I wanted to take the red buff after I back because I know Amumu's not going to come into my jungle.
What if he does?
And if he's, yeah, true.
What if he just walks down here and takes your red buff?
Yeah, exactly. I figured if he did, I'd catch him in time, but I don't really know. I wanted to get my gold out on the map as fast as I could because I had like 1,600. So
yeah, the point of you hitting this to see where he is and to see what camps are up exactly. I mean, you know he's on the grump. There's no way he's on wolves yet. It's a good job by him, right? He wants to sequence up now. His thing is, right, I gotta get 6. I gotta maximize my experience. I gotta stay away from this guy because he's just irritating. But at this point, you're just a mosquito. I mean, I want you to be like a hunter spider. So, if you hit the thing, hit the Scry's Bloom, you see him, and you think, right, okay, we can either 1v1 the Mumu, but we risk being collapsed by the bottom lane who are just returning to lane. We can, secondly, set a trap bottom lane, wait for them to return, repeat gank, shove the lane, reset, and, you know, laugh with all our gold. Or, if none of that seems appealing, why don't we just drive by mid lane and try and double crab him?
Okay. Yeah, I get that.
Right? You're level 3. I mean, I don't think I would back level 3 very often.
Yeah, that was the one thing. Like in my head, I was thinking like this is definitely too early.
I mean,
but it was mainly the gold lead that was what was getting me.
I mean, it's nice to go back and get a few long swords and a talisman and a control as a jungler, but not at the expense of denying more to the enemy and getting more for yourself. Hey, I'm not from pro guides. I'm insulted. You just drive through mid lane, gank it, take this crab, and now look. Imagine. So you took the crab. It's been what? Okay, let's add up the time here. Right, crab taken. 422. Just out of 420. 422. You have a cannon wave shoving on the mid. Yep. The Xerath's passive is up in 5 seconds. You don't know that, but if you don't know, his passive gives him more mana. So if he orders it and you see his mana go up, great. He's got enough for a full combo. The Amumu would be here, Gromp and Wolves. Look at the lead you have on him to kill or chunk or burn sums from Cass. Move up, take second crab, and then what will be the beautiful camp that spawns in a few seconds?
Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know? There it is, 15 seconds. So currently you're killing the Cass. Shoving, doing things, accidentally taxing the trade routes for the Federation. My bad, sorry Xerath. Take the crab, and now you can either collapse and beat the Amumu 1v1 here, or simply take the Raptors if he's not interested.
Okay.
And then we can look to do a top lane gank before Yasuo hits level 6. But that's, of course, risky because neither of you have CC. So
yeah.
That's a lane you might be honestly okay letting scale, but yeah, that didn't work out well for you, did it?
No, it didn't. Not at all. And it was funny in the champ select. I was saying, guys, we have no tanks or like hard CC, and the Vlad goes, "Yeah, we got a Vlad. We don't need tanks." Like, okay.
I mean, you don't need tanks. I feel like it's a very. I mean, I tried to. I'm not disrespectful, but it's a mid to low elo thing to. In champs are like, we need a tank 100%. It's worth noting. Listen, we have no tanks, and the reason why we always say tanks are great in low elo, or mid elo, why Amumu is good, is because, and you've found this out in this game, I think. Once you get to the team fighting stage, front to back team fighting with either engage or peel, will very often beat a finesse comp like yours who doesn't know, like they don't know how to fight in this finesse comp. Maybe you do, but they don't.
Right.
And so the issue for you in the win conditions here is you're not looking to be behind because you've got nice engage with the Ashe. You got a bit of heals at the center. You've got the global ult. You've got poke and wave clear from the Xerath, but it's not really a synergistic team comp, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas if you just go with an Amumu, it's very easy. So what did you want to do now? Because you reset, you bought a Skirmisher Saber, which isn't gonna help you really. I mean, it might help you a little bit against Amumu bleeding on you, but what do you want to do now?
I think in my head, I'm just trying to get back to the brain space I was at. I think I was trying to path up, and I was gonna go like check the top crab just to clear it, and then try to gank top. I believe. I don't remember what I was thinking.
So, if you are chunked and you must go back the way you did, it's important, and this is one of the biggest things that you'll notice, and people like Scrubnoob say this, is prioritizing your higher experience camps for the more immediate spike. Because this is a level 1 Raptor camp. Level 1 Krugs. So it might feel good to say, right, let's get them off the map and then go up. But you're playing now opposite side to the Amumu. And if you want to control the tempo of the game, we need to be making first moves. Whether it's a gank here again, or a gank mid lane, or the counter jungling, or forcing the dragon. We want to force the Amumu to be on the other side to where the game is. Or, not in the game at all. And by doing red into Raptors, you're not only going to ignore your Krugs, you're going to be late to this, which if you went directly to, you could be fighting this guy right now.
Right.
And you have Skirmisher Saber, you are Graves, you have Phase Rush.
I win that. Oh, yeah.
You win, you should beat Amumu early, yeah. Yeah. And you have a combo with your Smite, If you Q auto Smite, that greatly supersedes anything he can do. But for me, the sad thing is, obviously you have to pay careful attention to this, but look what the Xerath did without you.
Hey, he's doing work.
He actually ends up doing a lot of things, if I remember correctly. So, here, you're not even thinking about the crab.
I'm trying to remember what I did.
Well, that's why people say, well, why didn't you do live coach? It's actually more fun to sit in the VOD and I say to you, what were you thinking? And if the answer is, I actually don't remember, then that's good, because that means that we can provide a bit of order to the chaos. So, if you're going to go back there, I don't think you should have. I think you had total dominion over this map. But if you do, you reset. I know you want the red, but that's why I don't think you necessarily needed to go back. Because now you got a red standing around, which we want to use, so you feel compelled to go to it. But that ruins your priorities and your sequencing. Because you could have easily gone to this and taken it, killed him, taken his stuff that was up. I mean, you got here a level 5 Krug camp, so that's free counter jungling once you killed the Amumu. Now you got drive on the top lane for a gank, and then you can sequence down. You've got bottom lane prior for a gank, you've got a dragon up. Like, all these things are in your hands, but because we pathed weirdly, you're not really in a position to capitalize.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my big weaknesses I have.
So here, you see the Hawkshot goes through again?
Yep. That time I saw that one.
Yeah, okay, good. So the fact here that the Raptors are gone again should tell you straight up, okay, this sucker took the top crab. So where would he be most likely willing to gank?
Yeah, mid or top lane, yeah.
Let's set up. No, I don't think he's gonna go top lane because Vlad can simply pull, which he has up, and he's so close to 6. He's nowhere near 6, but yeah, I don't think I would go top lane just yet. I think in Korea you 100% have a dive, maybe twice already on this guy, but that'll be in the video tomorrow. Actually, it's quite funny. But here I think you're not even thinking about the Amumu now. You're thinking too much about his camps, maybe.
Yeah, that's definitely my problem. Is I focus too much on the neutral camps and not the. I PVE. I don't PvP.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I see it. No, he missed the stun. If he hit the stun, if he hit it, we don't have flash up. Help him shove this now.
Help him shove in.
You should. Nope. No.
I don't.
What's he gonna do without you?
I know.
She has TP too, so she's gonna TP in and not lose anything. We want to shove this because we want to make sure that she has to TP the tower, and she actually she actually loses something. I mean, he's got to push here, but he doesn't have TP, so he doesn't want to leave this up. I mean, yeah. 100% you should have pushed, and 100% you should have known that this crab was down.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know why he's going up. His only camp he has available. Why did we go to Wolves?
I don't remember.
It's
Like
fine.
when I'm watching it like this, man, I feel like, holy crap.
I'm just asking. If you don't know, it's fine. I'm just asking why because I want you to realize that there's no rhyme or reason to it, which is fine. But
Yeah,
also,
my
I want to know if there
sequencing is totally scuffed.
Yeah. That's why I love.
I think
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I think in my head I was just like clear top side, go help top lane.
I mean, like this bottom lane has been crying for a gank from. I mean, obviously, I think level 6 is the sweet spot for that lane because you got to Ash Arrow into smoke screen into center stun, into smoke screen. Like it's absolutely perfect. And otherwise, Karma just presses buttons and woo, they run away. You know, like here we're waiting. Like, do we want to gank this? You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking in my head.
Like, do you want this? Is this something we truly want? And that again is a shift of your priors. And now you cancel it, I'm pretty sure, because you see your blue's gonna spawn. So you feel compelled. Hey, yeah, win wall, good ability, yeah.
Balanced.
Why did he flash?
I really don't. I think his Cassiopeia wasn't there, maybe?
Yeah, but he has this to speed up on.
I know. It's gold 4, man.
Yeah, but why is the ultimate question. That's gonna be the t-shirt. That's the merch for Christmas, guys. But why? Why did you do this?
I think I just go back and take his red here because I had the timer
yeah.
on it.
But this is where things fall apart for you. So far, you've had a lot of good ideas. And I like where your head's at. It's just execution and, of course, taking the little bits of information that allow you to really put this guy on a leash in an almost inappropriate manner. But by going for this red buff, you're succeeding control to the bottom side.
Right.
And I can see from the timeline that they have total dragon control. And in order to make a jungler obsolete, you really must make sure that is your own. So if we reverse a minute or two, and you do this counter gank here and you help him shove out, the Amumu is very low. Now, we don't know for certain that he goes up, but I feel like with all the plants available to us, in terms of... oh, there you go, he's on it right now. In terms of the Scryer's bloom, in terms of his blue spawning, because you know he started blue level 1, you know the Amumu's most likely going to be on this bottom side. So I feel like that whole sequencing, while it was off, still gave you the opportunity to do a lot of things that the Kazakhs did in the previous VOD review, where he forced the Volibear to be topside, saying, you know what, you take the red buff, buddy. You go try gank the top lane. Do as you wish. I'm going to take all your camps, the dragon, dive bottom lane, take my camps, collapse on you doing your camps again, and dive bottom lane again. You know, you can enforce this sort of pressure by saying, Amumu, you're not allowed here. And then you reset, you go top side, you say, okay, Mumu, you go bottom now. But there's nothing for him to do. You know? So I don't think... I mean, it's all very well to go take this, but you're losing a dragon for it.
Yeah. Definitely not worth.
I mean, you're only up 6 CS. There you go. Yeah, you're only up 6 CS. And he just kills the... Wait, who died? Or did he just ult? That was weird. He just ulted. I mean... So I just saw that on the screen for a second because I was watching you, but I mean, this is something to worth note. Watch this. Boom, boom, boom. You know, this is something you should see as well.
Yeah.
Now, I'm talking about something else while I'm doing it, but you see, look at your pathing. Instead of going up through the try here, as he defeats the dragon, this is sort of the information processing that needs to be very quick. And once you just do that, gold is going to be easy.
That's a free kill right there.
Gold is going to be so easy for you. Yeah, exactly. Like, it was the thing here with the Kama, right? That was great.
Yeah.
That was great. Now, if you did the Korean thing, as you said, and just translated that to a double crab, into counter jungling, into top dive, into reset, you know, you win the game. But here's another one, you know? Now, if your sequencing was good, you have ult up. You have ult up. 100%. Now, how close are you now? So close. You're so close. If your sequencing was good, and instead of getting like a level 1 Raptor camp, you got a level 4 Grump, you're 6 right now. And that's why the sequencing is so important, because...
Right.
Yeah. you know, the level 4 Grump and level 4 Wolves are more valuable than a Raptor and a Krug level 1, which, by the way, you haven't even taken. You're doing the ignore Krug things. And you've got here the crab that you could have taken. Like, you had a crab, level 4, take this, lane gank, bottom line even. Like, you see all these options? I'm just kind of floating ideas to you based upon where you were. And that's nice.
Yeah, we're still talking about when I backed and just didn't gank mid, right? Okay.
Well, I'm saying even if you do back, ominous pause. Even if you do back, when you went here, you just went red Raptors, right?
Yeah.
And then you went down.
If I went right to top side.
If you went right to top side to fight the crab, and then sequence down, right? You'd be in a much better position to lane gank, to do the dragon, and then invade him at a second blue. Like, you don't take his red. We kill him at second blue. You know, those kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't worry. I'll either put this on YouTube or give you the VOD. So, if you need to like make notes and stuff, yeah. But that was nice. That's very good. The Yasuo has been pushing for way too long.
I think I just take Herald here.
Yep, that's good. Yep, this is good. Classic bottom lane, right?
Pretty much. Yeah. I think that's something I try to do a lot is prioritize Herald, because I know a lot of low elo junglers don't for some reason.
Yeah, no, they don't. It's free gold.
Yep.
Free gold.
I think here I'm just trying to run and
this was really good, but it wasn't this decision that got me. It's that you disengaged because not only did you see Hasaki, you also saw a Mumu, right? And you kind of backed out, but I feel like, you know, I don't think I'm quite ready to give up. Okay, let's watch the body behavior. Actually, it's very important. Let's actually watch this in real time because I want to see the body language. Okay, so we see the hawk shot from. Thank you, Ash. I mean, she may be inting, but her hawk shots have been great. Really good information. I'm very happy about this. So Yasuo comes. Watch his body language. He dodged your Q. He could possibly be setting this trap. So the Amumu walked across the. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was my mindset. Is because I was a little bit low. Not low, but like I was chunked a bit, and he had 2 levels on me. And I knew Amumu was heading in that direction, and Vlad was. He wasn't gonna make it in time. I feel like.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying like greedy Virkayu brain is saying, if I'm smurfing, I just go and kill them. Because you should be level. Yeah, I just Zyra. If I'm playing Zyra, just QW, be like, yeah, what's up? But if you're playing a normal jungler, quote unquote, yeah, I think this is just good respect. I mean, you could potentially say, Red, let's go in. Like you could ping this guy and say, let's try. But overall I agree with you. In this case, you had 1,700 gold. I don't think it's a fight you win. And just to that point, not trying to be neurotic or act neurotic. If your camps are up, there are no reason to take out Herald. Herald is amazing for gold stonks, and 2, nice push. It's in gold specifically, and in silver, it's a great way to elevate the game state and force people to play around the map because you made the map. It's like a maze. Think of the map as a maze, and you're just closing off doors and opening another that they sort of just blindly go through. You are the director. You're the train conductor for your team. And Herald allows you to do that. I definitely was a good thing to take. You don't imagine giving a Mumu Herald that he goes mid with cast, gets a kill, and they get 5 plates. All of a sudden, 1,000 gold gone, right?
100%. Yeah, I just try to get it off the map.
Yep. Yeah, Graves' win condition, the thing is, it depends on how you're playing it, but in terms of hyperscaling, yeah, he's way behind. But that's why we were talking about what we're talking about. So, you just saw Yasuo and Amumu head to your jungle, and you backed off because of it. Why are we going topside?
You know what? I don't know. Do I?
Red. You know,
I should have just full cleared bot side and.
I would assume at this case, my Grump is most likely gone. You could coin flip the wolves and then just go down. But I feel like that's, again, it's coin flip.
I think do I pink my blue buff here?
Yes. There's no need to, because he's done with your business. He's not coming back here, so this is a wasted ward. Like, why would he come back? There's nothing to do. He knows it's down.
Yeah, true.
So it's just wasted gold. But, you know, you could coin flip and just go down here and sequence everything. like for me in my brain, I'm thinking a sequence full down into a lane gank bottom lane. But because I assumed he took all my blue camps, I'm thinking, let me wrap this red Krugs for the good, pretty sequence, just for efficiency, right? I mean, you can red first to optimize the red, but then you gotta go up and down, and that's not worth just, you know? And then we can go down here into this. Now, we don't have a scanner, but in our universe, we still have a control ward.
Yep.
Which we can use to lane gank. And the reason I think this is purely because I think the Amumu would, after counter jungling, if he doesn't show up here, the next play is going to be bottom crab, dragon, and bottom side, yeah. So I want to get there before he does, initiate the gank before he does, take control of the game before he does. But because you went top side,
he gets there first.
Yep. He gets there first. And like you should be in the bush already. Now I don't know if this was always control warded, but
I think he just dropped it.
Chat is a thing. Chat is a thing. Let's see. Yeah, they just dropped it.
Yep.
I mean,
so if I'm there and she goes to drop that, I just blast her.
Yeah. Like if you're setting a trap here and they go in onto this, Ash doesn't have ult, which is the only concern about this gank. But yeah, you could be looking to do something. But at the same time, I think in this case, it's not about, hey, we could have triple killed and won the game. It's more about, could we have just been DPS and damaged to disengage, you know?
Right. Kind of like stave off the...
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah. But that's, I mean, there's just no point going up here. Because it's gone.
Right.
It's just a waste of 20 seconds. And being somewhere first is very important. Even if you run into the Amumu here, trying to gank normally. If you see him, you have E, phase rush, there should be no reason you get caught. But at least it stops, it thwarts the attempt in some direction, right? He's resetting now. What does he get? He's got Ludens. So now, I mean, instead of Krugs, we could just wave clear. Don't get chunked though. No. We could wave clear. Like once you've taken the big one and small one, it's more beneficial just to stop the plate goal because I mean, we want to give him another 160.
Right, exactly. And I knew she warded there, so I was waiting for my E to come off to go up and around, but I didn't know that was warded there, so
yeah,
I was gonna maybe try to come around and do a cheese gank.
I wouldn't anyway because they're most likely gonna reset.
Yeah.
I mean, you got 2 minutes left until plates are used. This guy just got back to lane with an item spike, Ludens. So I think if you're gonna try to do something, he's got 679 gold. You're not going back to base, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The dragon's gonna be up. I think your next play is here because he just joins back to lane with Ludens. Right? You could just E back up and try and do something on the Casio.
Yep.
I think you should have looked there. Because basically now, you have to ask yourself in these situations, Dragon in less than a minute, I have a Herald to play, these guys are going to reset, we currently have 20 to 30 seconds of map control. Use it, yeah, exactly. Use it to snowball a solo laner as well as ourselves. So, I don't think we want to get into a 2v1 a sort of kiteable fight with her, but if this guy hits his spells, and you use your phase rush, you should be able to, the very least, force her out of lane. But we go back. And you went back on a ward too, which is pretty bad.
Yeah.
And now, and this is where your obsession with his red buff becomes a little concerning.
Yeah.
Like if when you browse a certain website, do you go down to the left and say, red buffs? Is that a category that you see?
Yeah. You know? Hey, man. You know?
All different sexual poses of red buffs, you know? Like
I didn't know that was going to be in this coaching. That was the private one.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to stop right there before we get taken down for buff brutality.
Demonetized.
Demonetized. I don't know if they're animals, but, we ought to stop there. So, yeah, do you see the point, though? Like, before you go back to base, what do you want to accomplish on the map?
Mm-hmm.
Dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
Do I need to go back for a crucial item spike? Or did my mid laner just return versus another mid laner with his item spike and he just rinsed her by himself? He didn't even need you. So imagine if you're here and you pick up the kill and assist, which is nice for you. You get to use a herald, get all the plates, get this cannon wave, shove it all the way to the tower. You get to move into his jungle, warded as you go. And if you run into him with your Xerath, you've got a 4v2. Wait a second. You'd have a 4v3 perhaps, because the Ashe in the center would have just got into lane and she wouldn't have died yet. Mm-hmm. But because we reset, because we went up, there's no rhyme or reason to the direction you're pathing.
Yeah,
So.
it's just kind of like autopiloting.
Yeah. Like, Xerath, buddy, let's go. What are we doing?
Yeah, I think that was... Yep. Because I saw that it had 3 plates, so I wanted to drop the Herald.
Yeah, but see, now you have to because it's about to expire.
Yeah.
Right? And now they're on the dragon. So, like,
Yeah.
everything necessary to take a dragon is about setup. And setup at the right time and reading spikes for not only yourself, but also your team. And I think because we missed that, you're basically just giving them dragon control. The first one, you could argue, it is what it is, but I still think you shouldn't have had to give up the first one either. And now the problem is you just elevated the game state on the Xerath's lane. Xerath's lane. But he's a stick figure sitting in the middle of a lane who's very gankable. So, like, I don't necessarily think, you know, this kind of cadence is good for him because we haven't really set up anything anywhere else.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you got the red buff.
Yeah, it would have been way better bot side or something like that.
Yep. Yep. Like, see what he's doing here? Nice little lane gank. I mean, I don't think you should always gank with this amount of HP, but you should actually be able to do stuff. Don't do it. Alright. Fiesta. But then here we go. See? This is nice. Counter jungling into a gank. It's the first time I'm seeing it, though. You know? But that wasn't meant to be a joke, but or a flame. It was just meant to be all this possible counter jungling that you had could have become so many things just like this. You know, this is what we're looking for.
Yeah.
She just blindly shoves because it's gold. She's not warding. She's not thinking about it. You've got a decent control ward here. I still think I'd put it here.
Yeah.
This will give you more information in the moment, but it will die. So I think for now it's okay, but it still should die pretty quickly. Then again, it's gold 4, as you said, so. It's like you should have been, you see when I said that? You should have been doing this 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, so it's right idea, wrong time.
Yeah, I mean, you should be taking this, taking this, setting up this, but now the game is almost just, like, you have the gold lead, but if we had taken away the gold lead and taken away all the stats, would you feel like you were in control of this game?
Probably not, no.
No. You know? Because I feel like if you're gonna have 3 out of 10 KP as Graves, you should be up by like 30 CS and have 3 dragons and 18 heralds already, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you don't have KP as Graves, you should still be up in experience because you've just been rinsing the camp sequencing, you know, just stacking the XP. Like that Graves video in April. Jungle, what was it? Jungle Smart Carry Hard? Was that a chat? I think it was about that.
I think I watched it, yeah.
Yeah. He was a Graves and then had a Nidalee. So he couldn't turbo invade. And he had to just sequence and go with the flow and relax and wait until he scaled. You can do that with Graves. But yeah, we didn't really realize that fantasy. There we go. I feel like you were too conservative with this approach.
Yeah, it was like trying to do a lane gank that turned into like just an absolute fiesta.
I mean, once you see this, you can just go.
Okay.
You can just go. I mean, you could also just rotate behind, but you should see this as well. Yeah, you're backing off. Like you should just be just going right now.
Right. Okay.
No reason to wait. You know.
Yep.
And because this is so sad. Because you backed off, you walked over the trap. You wouldn't have walked over otherwise. I mean, he TP's in. Senna, don't stand still. Cancel Lordo. Well, I don't think mechanics are anything we need to discuss in that moment.
Yeah.
I feel like the game just ended.
Yeah, once Yasuo, I mean, Yasuo was 30 CS ahead.
Yeah.
This is where he started kind of taking over.
Yeah, which is why there's little level 2 things. I mean, I know you're waiting for him, but if you just chunk him, and gain some prior for your Vlad to sort of get a bit more CS than he otherwise could against that matchup.
Yep.
And look at this. See, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. Like,
yeah, it's shoved all the way up. He has nothing to do.
He's got to be very careful. And then again, he should probably not auto shove it. But you have to consider the elo you're in and what they're thinking. And he just thinks wave clear, shove, wave clear, shove, wave, press R. But this is what I'm talking about. Because now she could just freeze this.
Yep.
And he would be forced to push up, and then he says thank you. And rinse repeat 18 times. So this is where freeze in her case is beneficial. Because her wave, her bottom lane, with this tower taken, will now join in. So if Xerath and you push up too far, you're going to be in a 4v2 and deaded. And then they're just going to get Herald, and then break open the map through mid. And that's the game. So now, your saving grace is trying to farm efficiently, quickly, and try and make sure you're set up for third dragon, and try and get that Herald if you could. So I feel like I would have gone straight to Herald and risked it for the biscuit to make sure I get that.
Okay. I think I was thinking of that, but I just saw what was happening top lane.
Murder.
And I'm like, I don't want any of that.
No, but I'm just thinking Turbo losing.
Oh yeah, I mean, you have to start going desperate. I mean,
you need to you have to start making higher risk plays because I don't think you win team fights.
Oh no
if
way.
They get all in on you, I don't think you're gonna be able to win a team fight. Now you could have had it, and now you could fall back, but then you'd be collapsed on here, so you'd have to kite up and just get out.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could have had it, but then again, yeah, you're in a rough spot. But I honestly would not think this is a winnable game. At this point, to clarify Twitch chat, and to Mr. Bomb, at this point, because of how the game has gone, it was winnable at level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you know? But we just threw much away. Yeah, so you were worried. There's enough content in this video, in this game, for us. Do you have any questions specifically about the back half of this game? Is there anything interesting that you want to ask?
Not really. I mean, I know my main issue. I know is it's definitely sequencing.
Unfortunate ult.
Yeah, feels bad.
Yeah, it feels bad. I'll give you the tilt excuse.
Yeah, it's mainly the sequencing that's my issue. Is I feel like my brain is like 3 minutes ahead of what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I can see that. You're thinking about killing the Mumu at his second red, but you haven't processed that he's not even going to be there, or extrapolated how you're going to get there. Yeah, you kind of
exactly.
Yeah, you tunnel vision on the dream, and not so much building the road to get there. You know.
Exactly. That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully then we've helped you put some bricks down, because I think the dream is good. You know, we just need to get some paving done. And I can highly recommend not using Belgian roadworks, because they never get done. Just gotta get the dig in there, guys. I'm so tilted. Here, as a general point, anyone in chat who doesn't play jungle, please, why? why are you this pushed up, with no vision in their jungle, with Cassiopeia rotating from mid lane, with a dragon gonna be spawning, so Mumu is gonna be here?
Yep.
No. Just leave.
Getting a lot of solo queue ashes because of the playoffs.
Yeah, don't worry. Oh! That was satisfying. At the same time. Ah, Mastery. If it was Mastery 4, it would have been funny. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else.
Yeah, the game kind of goes off the rails from there.
Yeah, it does. I can see. Because if you look at this, like your one hope is them throwing. But I don't feel like that's something, you know, you can't coach, hey, you know, they might throw. I mean, the whole goal for me when we talk about these things is how do you get leads so that you can win games without needing a little bit of luck. Like, This is good. This is the kind of stuff you're looking for in a losing game. Cleanse used But at the same time, you see how you're not grouped up. You don't have the synergy. It's just unfortunate.